What's up YouTube? Seth here. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. So today's topic is going to be all about my sexuality, how I identify, and if that's shifted since I started testosterone. This is a question I get asked a lot, so I thought it would be a great YouTube video to address the topic. So my sexuality has definitely shifted since I first started testosterone. First of all, when I was growing up, I really found that I was solely attracted to and noticing women. So I first came out as bisexual in high school. I believe I was in maybe grade 10 or 11. I had dated a few guys. I wasn't really into it. And then I started dating women. And then I was like, no, you know what? I'm actually a lesbian. But that identity never fit for me. It just felt like I was kind of placing myself in this box. I was definitely much more strongly attracted to women for sure, but I just didn't really feel like a lesbian. Obviously, we know why. So I started to do some work on myself, acknowledge some things, some realities, and I was like, you know what? I don't feel like a lesbian because I really am a man. This is who I am. Started my transition. I was with a woman for a very long time. I always, identified as straight within that relationship and just in general. I wasn't in a position where I could be open to dating other people. We were supposedly monogamous. I'm not going to get into that, but I just had really no interest because I was with someone. And apart from her, I was just really attracted to women. Again, that's all I would notice. That relationship ended. I was single for a bit. And I came to the realization that, as I started to become more comfortable with myself and who I was, because I had a lot of shame around being transgender, there were a lot of things that I did not accept about myself and my identity. As I started to accept those things, I was able to accept that, I'm putting myself in a box still. People are people. It doesn't really matter what gender someone is or what body parts they have. If I have a connection with that person and we share a sexual attraction, I would be open to that. Whereas before, wasn't open to it at all. Therefore, to me, it didn't exist. Now, in my personal opinion, I believe everybody is capable of this. I think sexuality is definitely a spectrum, and some people, are strongly more attracted to women. Some people are strongly more attracted to men. So they may be, identifying as gay or straight because of that. But there could be someone who happens to be, not the gender that you would generally go for, that you could develop a really strong connection with and attraction to. It's just about being open to that and, being comfortable enough with yourself, I think, as well. And I think for especially a lot of men, it's looked down upon to explore that side, whereas for women there is more fluidity because it's not really stigmatized as much. So a lot of women, I would say most women, have kissed another woman. I think men are just as capable of that sort of exploration. So anyway, I went on a few dates with a few guys. I never really connected with anybody strongly during that time when I was single. But I was opening myself up to the possibility. But again, I still felt like and feel like I'm much more attracted to women, and I connect more with women in that way anyway. Not in general. I definitely connect with men in a platonic sense as well. So I met my current partner, Christina, who happens to be a woman. We're very happy, very in love. But my sexuality, I would say, is labelless, and if I had to label myself, I would say I'm pansexual. Because again, I'm in a monogamous relationship, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not looking to date other people, obviously. But if I were single, I would still be open to pretty much anyone as long as we have similar values, as long as there's a strong attraction there, and as long as we're able to connect strongly. Those are the most important pieces for me in establishing a relationship. And then, you know, from there, that's like the very foundation. You build upon that, but it wouldn't really matter what body parts someone has. I've never actually personally been with a cis man, even though I was open to it and I've like made out with men before. So I think that would be a messy situation. Oh my God, no pun intended. Wow. But like I wouldn't really know exactly what to do, but I would be open to that experience, and it wouldn't be about the sex for me because I feel like I'm demisexual. So for me, the connection is the hugest part. It's not about, you know, body parts. Physical attraction is very important too, but it's not the most important piece. It's about connecting with the person in a way that, you know, fits my needs, and we're both able to be very intimate and vulnerable with each other. And then from there, I'm able to really develop like a strong physical attraction, sexual attraction. So yeah, I would say that in a nutshell is my sexuality and sort of how things have shifted over time. I think a lot of people have this like idea of trans people that like, especially trans men for some reason, like look at the L Word, the first series or first series of the L Word, like years ago, when the character Max, the trans man, he ends up turning gay when he goes on testosterone. I don't think it's that people turn gay ever. It's just that they accept that like they're putting themselves in a box, and they feel, you know, when you transition, you feel more comfortable with yourself. You're able to explore other options and you're able to explore other people. You just feel, you know, safe to do so in a sense. Whereas before you transition, you're not comfortable with your body. Maybe you feel safer with women for whatever reason, if that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense in my brain. Let me know down below if it makes sense to you. But I would say that's my experience and my sexuality. So if you guys have any questions, as always, please comment down below. I love you guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please share, like, post. You know, the more you engage with my stuff, the better for me. That's how you really support me and my channel. YouTube's maybe not as bad as Instagram for the algorithms, but if you are just following me and you're not really engaging with me, it could hide my content. If you're engaging, at least even liking the video, if you do like it, that really helps me out a lot. So I really appreciate you guys, and stay tuned for next week.